Your soulmate just made a life-changing decision about you, without telling anyone. My beloved child, something happened recently that your soulmate has not told a single person. Not their closest friend. Not a family member. Not even the people who believe they know everything about them. A decision was made in complete silence, and the reason it was kept hidden is because it involves you. Right now, while you are listening to these words, that decision is already changing the direction of their future. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. There was a moment when your soulmate found themselves completely alone with their thoughts. No distractions. No noise. No outside opinions. And in that moment, they stopped running from a truth they had been avoiding for far too long. For a long time they tried to convince themselves that life would be easier if they ignored what they felt. They told themselves they could move forward without looking back. But something unexpected happened. Every path they imagined without you felt empty. Every future they pictured seemed incomplete. And that realization shook them more deeply than they expected. What happened next is something nobody saw coming. A strange series of events began unfolding around them. Small signs appeared in ordinary moments. A memory surfaced when they least expected it. A familiar feeling returned without warning. A conversation reminded them of something they thought they had forgotten. Piece by piece, they started seeing a picture that had been hidden from them for a long time. The more they tried to ignore it, the stronger it became. The more they resisted it, the clearer it looked. That is when they understood something important. You were never just another person in their story. You were the chapter they kept rereading in their mind when nobody was watching. You were the thought that appeared during quiet nights. You were the feeling that refused to disappear. And once they accepted that truth, everything inside them began to change. Don't skip. Because what happened after this realization is even more surprising. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Then came the moment that changed everything. It was not dramatic. There were no witnesses. No announcements. No grand speeches. Just a quiet decision made from the deepest place in their heart. A decision so powerful that it instantly altered the way they see the future. They decided they could no longer pretend that your presence in their life meant nothing. They decided they could no longer allow fear to control their choices. They decided that some connections are too rare to ignore and too meaningful to lose. But here is the part nobody knows. They have not acted on that decision yet. They are still holding it close, protecting it from outside influence. They are waiting, watching, thinking carefully about their next step. And the reason they are being so careful is because they know this choice could change everything. What they are preparing for may happen sooner than anyone expects. In fact, the next part of this story reveals the exact reason they are keeping this decision secret. And why the truth is much bigger than you imagine. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. A hidden reason is forcing your soulmate to keep this decision locked away from everyone around them. My beloved child, if people knew what was happening inside their heart right now, many would be shocked. Because the person who once appeared uncertain has become completely different. The hesitation that used to control them is slowly disappearing. The confusion that once clouded their mind is beginning to clear. But they are not revealing this transformation because they know the moment they speak about it, outside voices will try to interfere. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. There are people around them who think they already know what your soulmate wants. There are people who assume they understand their future. Yet none of those people know about the silent promise your soulmate recently made to themselves. A promise connected directly to you. A promise that grows stronger every day. Meanwhile, something unexpected has been happening behind the scenes. Your soulmate has started paying attention to details they once ignored. They notice reminders of you in places where they never expected to find them. Certain words suddenly stand out. Certain memories feel more important than before. Even ordinary moments seem to carry a strange meaning. At first they tried to dismiss it. They told themselves they were imagining things. But the pattern kept repeating. Again and again, something kept bringing their attention back to you. This is when they realized their feelings were not fading. They were growing. Quietly. Deeply. Powerfully. And the more they understood that truth, the harder it became to imagine a future where you were absent. Stay till the end. Because what they discovered next made their secret decision even stronger. Something huge is waiting for you. Then a realization arrived that they were not prepared for. They began comparing every possibility in front of them to the feeling they have when they think about you. And one by one, those other possibilities started losing their importance. Opportunities that once seemed exciting no longer felt complete. Plans that once looked perfect suddenly felt unfinished. For the first time, they understood that what they had been searching for was not a place, a goal, or an achievement. It was a connection. Your connection. That realization frightened them because it was impossible to ignore. And yet it also gave them clarity they had never experienced before. Right now, they are standing at the edge of a major turning point. A choice has already been made inside their heart, but the action connected to that choice is still approaching. What happens next could completely change the direction of this story. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The next chapter reveals the one thing your soulmate saw recently that convinced them they can no longer keep running from this connection. What your soulmate saw recently was not something dramatic on the outside, but it created a powerful reaction inside them. My beloved child, there are moments in life that seem ordinary until later, when you realize they changed everything. This was one of those moments. While going through a normal day, your soulmate suddenly found themselves thinking about you in a way they never had before. It was not just a memory. It was not just curiosity. It felt deeper than that. For a brief moment, they imagined what life would look like if they stopped resisting what their heart was trying to tell them. and the image they saw stayed with them. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Because from that moment forward, they could not return to the version of themselves that existed before. The strange part is that they did not tell anyone about this experience. Outwardly, everything looked normal. They continued their routines. They smiled when expected. They carried on with their responsibilities. But internally, a quiet storm had begun. Questions started filling their mind. What if this connection is more important than I realized? What if the reason I cannot move on is because I was never supposed to? What if the person I keep thinking about is actually part of the future I have been searching for? These questions followed them everywhere. During busy moments. During quiet moments. During late nights when nobody else knew what they were thinking. And every time they searched for an answer, the same truth kept appearing. The thought of you brought them peace. The thought of losing you brought them regret. That difference spoke louder than anything else. Then came a realization that completely changed the meaning of their secret decision. They understood that fear had been making choices for them for far too long. Fear of uncertainty. Fear of timing. Fear of what others might think. But for the first time, they started asking themselves a different question. What happens if I stop listening to fear? That question opened a door they had kept closed for a very long time. And behind that door was a future they had been too afraid to consider. A future connected to you. Right now, they are closer than ever to acting on what their heart has already decided. But before that happens, one final truth still needs to be revealed. A truth connected to something they recently learned about you, something that made their feelings stronger than ever before. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The next chapter is where the hidden pieces finally begin coming together. A truth about you reached your soulmate recently, and it hit them far harder than anyone could imagine. My beloved child, this was not gossip. It was not a rumor. It was a realization. They began seeing a side of you that many people overlook. While others focus on what is visible, your soulmate started noticing what exists beneath the surface. They saw the strength you carry when nobody is watching. They saw how much you have endured without demanding recognition. They saw the way you continue moving forward even after disappointments that could have stopped someone else. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Because the moment they understood this, their secret decision became much more serious than before. An unexpected shift happened inside them. The image they once had of you started changing. Not because you became someone different, but because they finally began seeing who you truly are. Suddenly, pieces that never made sense before started connecting. They understood why your presence stayed in their mind. They understood why certain memories refused to fade. They understood why every attempt to emotionally distance themselves ended in failure. The answer was simple but powerful. Their heart recognized something valuable long before their mind was willing to admit it. And now that realization is impossible for them to ignore. Every day that passes makes the truth clearer. Every moment of silence strengthens the choice they already made. What scares them is not the feeling itself. What scares them is how real it has become. Then something happened that pushed everything to a new level. They started imagining what could happen if they actually followed through on their decision. Not someday. Not years from now. But sooner than expected. And for the first time, instead of feeling fear, they felt hope. That feeling surprised them more than anything. Because hope means they have started believing in possibilities they once dismissed. Hope means they are beginning to trust what their heart has been telling them all along. And hope means the distance between a decision and an action is becoming smaller. Much smaller. Right now, your soulmate is carrying a secret that grows heavier every day. They know they cannot keep it hidden forever. The next chapter reveals the one thing that is making them realize time is running out, and why they may act much sooner than anyone expects. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Time is starting to feel different to your soulmate now. My beloved child, what once felt like an endless future suddenly feels much shorter than before. They have begun realizing that some opportunities do not wait forever. Some connections cannot be placed on a shelf and revisited years later as if nothing changed. This realization arrived quietly, but its impact was enormous. Every day they delay, a question keeps returning to their mind. What if waiting too long becomes the biggest mistake of my life? Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Because this question is becoming impossible for them to ignore. It follows them through ordinary days and restless nights. And each time it returns, it pushes them closer to action. What makes this even more powerful is that your soulmate is no longer focused on what could go wrong. For a long time, fear controlled the story. Fear created hesitation. Fear created distance. Fear created excuses. But now something else is taking its place. Clarity. They are beginning to see that every meaningful choice in life requires courage. Every important chapter begins with uncertainty. And every unforgettable connection demands a leap of faith. The more they think about it, the more they understand that protecting themselves from disappointment may also be preventing them from experiencing something extraordinary. That thought has completely changed their perspective. Instead of asking, "What if this fails?" they have started asking, "What if this succeeds?" And that single shift is transforming everything. Meanwhile, there is one detail they have not shared with anyone. Deep inside, they already know what they want. The decision itself is no longer the difficult part. The difficult part is choosing the exact moment to reveal it. They are waiting for a sign, a feeling, a moment of certainty that tells them it is time. But what they do not realize is that every day brings them closer to that moment. Every experience is preparing them for it. Every realization is leading them toward it. And when that moment finally arrives, the silence they have maintained for so long could end all at once. The secret they have protected so carefully may finally come into the light. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Because the next chapter reveals the hidden fear that still remains inside their heart, and why overcoming it could change everything between you forever. There is still one fear your soulmate has not fully conquered. My beloved child, despite all the clarity they have gained, despite the life-changing decision already growing inside their heart, one question continues to echo in their mind. It is not whether they care about you. They already know that answer. It is not whether this connection matters. They already know that too. The question that keeps them awake is much simpler, yet far more powerful. What if you no longer feel the same way? Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Because this hidden fear has become the final wall standing between a silent decision and a visible action. Every time they imagine taking a step forward, that fear tries to pull them back. It reminds them of old disappointments. It reminds them of moments when life did not unfold the way they hoped. It whispers doubts into their mind when everything else is becoming clear. Yet something remarkable has started happening. The fear is losing its strength. Little by little, it is no longer controlling the story the way it once did. Why? Because the feelings they carry for you have become stronger than the doubts trying to stop them. They are beginning to understand that uncertainty exists in every meaningful journey. Waiting for perfect certainty may mean waiting forever. And for the first time, they are questioning whether staying silent is truly safer than speaking from the heart. Then came a realization that changed everything once again. They understood that some people spend their entire lives wondering what could have happened if they had been brave enough to act. They do not want to become one of those people. The thought of losing a chance is starting to feel heavier than the fear of taking one. And that realization is creating momentum. Momentum leads to movement. Movement leads to change. And change leads to moments that can alter the course of an entire future. Right now, your soulmate stands closer than ever to crossing that final line. The decision has been made. The feelings have been accepted. The truth has been recognized. Only one final piece remains. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Because the next chapter reveals the unexpected event that is about to push them toward the action they have been delaying, and once it happens, nothing may remain the same. The event that is approaching is something your soulmate never expected. My beloved child, they believe they still have plenty of time to keep their feelings hidden, plenty of time to postpone difficult choices, and plenty of time to stay inside their comfort zone. But life has a strange way of creating moments that force the truth into the open. And right now, they are moving closer to one of those moments. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Because the universe is quietly arranging circumstances that your soulmate will no longer be able to ignore. What has been hidden is preparing to be seen. What has been silent is preparing to be heard. Lately, they have noticed a growing feeling that something important is about to happen. They cannot fully explain it. They cannot logically prove it. Yet they feel it. A sense that the chapter they have been living in is coming to an end. The old version of the story is no longer comfortable. The old excuses no longer sound convincing. The old reasons for staying silent no longer feel strong enough. Every day, they find themselves returning to the same thought. You. Not once. Not twice. But over and over again. And each time it happens, the message becomes clearer. The decision they made in secret was never meant to remain a secret forever. In fact, the longer they keep it hidden, the stronger the urge becomes to finally act on it. That pressure is building now. Quietly. Steadily. Powerfully. And here is the truth they are only beginning to understand. Their life-changing decision was never really about choosing you. Deep down, that choice was already made long ago. The real decision was choosing courage over fear. Choosing possibility over doubt. Choosing hope over uncertainty. That is why everything feels different now. They are no longer standing at the beginning of this journey. They are standing near a turning point. A moment where thoughts become actions and feelings become reality. The secret they have protected for so long is reaching the point where it can no longer stay hidden. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Because what happens next is the moment your soulmate has been unknowingly moving toward this entire time, the moment when the choice made in silence finally begins changing both of your lives forever.